I think it has a lot to do with the collective energy. Hi, Rob. A lot to do with the collective energy of what's going on right now globally. Hi, Miss Bev. Horrible migraine. I had one a few days ago. It was pretty bad. Tightness, chest, and heart. Okay, so we are going to start with the collective. Hi, Frida. Thank you so much. It's my favorite. That's my favorite gift. I am on, Sean. I am. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with our breath. As always, take note of how deep are we breathing? Are we breathing deeply into our chest? Are we carrying that breath into the belly? Whew, a lot of chest tension. Why do I want to write everything down right now? Chest tension. Feelings of anger and resentment that won't go away. Because you're not able to just run from anger. You're not able to escape anger. Anger is a trigger warning telling you that you have been wronged. Thank you for the heart puffs. What are you allowing to be wronged that your trigger of anger cannot subdue and settle? What are you refusing to say? How are you refusing? Hi, Yasmin. How are you refusing to handle yourself by standing in your power, being empowered, using your voice? You will release the resentment when you learn to take your power back from those who took it from you, your voice, who kept it from you. Okay? Resentment will subside as you learn to gain ground. Hello, Drew. Thank you. Hi, Tanya. But you're not allowing yourself to gain that ground. You are stopping yourself. So when you go into that anger, you need to allow it. Find an outlet for it. Use a punching bag. Take a pillow. Scream. Get the words that you have allowed to stay bottled up out. Let that anger push through. Anger is heavily held in the liver as well. So let's start. Deep breath in, bottom of the belly. Carry that breath all the way up into the chest. Tell yourself that you are safe to be present in this moment. Exhale. Already starting to release just by being aware. Take another deep inhale in, bottom of the belly. Carry it up into the chest. Expand. Regret. Why am I writing this? Anger can be a beautiful thing. Absolutely. It is one of my fuelers. I'll tell you that. I am very good friends with my anger because my anger gets shit done. My anger, that bitch, she's always there when I need her to take back the space I've allowed, to give me back the voice that I quieted. That bitch will always show up for me. So she's my best friend. Yeah. And you should be best friends with that part of you. Trying to run your anger out or forgive it away doesn't allow you to take accountability for your part or allow anyone else to take accountability for theirs or their lack or capacity of taking accountability for their anger. And if they lack the capacity to take accountability for the wrong that they have done, then that's not a relationship you need to place energy into. That is not a person that is reciprocal in receiving from you. They are only using what they can by way of you. What do you bring to the table that they can utilize, that they need, while you allow the behavior to continue? Stop allowing it. Stop allowing it. Okay. Release regrets. Oh, hoped things had been different. So this is false hope. Regrets, having put your eggs in a basket, having been in a situation, having placed hope and faith and trust into a situation, into a person where you were slapped, where you were betrayed, where you were hurt or harmed. Release the regret of having false hope for another outcome. Release regret for another false hope of an outcome. Good release. Fear of having all of your eggs in one basket. Hypervigilance. Fear of having all of your eggs in one basket. So this is fear of relying on others. Being so hyper vigilant in your independence because you have had your need for help weaponized against you. You have had your need of camaraderie or companionship, partnership or friendship used against you to hurt you. Release hypervigilance. Oh, that my nose itches on that one really bad. So confusion is triggered by way of dissonance, by way of manipulation as well as. So anger and manipulation do have a hybrid frequency that they go into, which is part of gaslighting. It's part of manipulative outcomes in relationships. It's being used. So confusion starts by way of dissonance because a lot of times it can be either lack of clarity, lack of wisdom, lack of a higher perspective, or confusion is used, weaponized through manipulation, through control, through aggression by way of passive aggression, by way of trying to control the situation, trying to control outcomes, trying to control people. So confusion will be used to create dissonance and confuse you and make you believe that what you experienced was not true. What you felt was not true. That is part of a relationship dynamic of abuse as well. So yes, anger and abuse sit in the liver, kidney, gallbladder. Pebbles is snoring. Do you hear him? Okay. Oh. The feelings of having to be justified in your words to speak. Feeling as though you have to have a point to your words to open your mouth. You have to have a point. You have to be justified in speaking. You have to be justified in your point of view. The feelings of needing to be justified, to feel accepted, to feel validated, okay? Release the need to justify acceptance and validation. Good release. Oh, okay. We've got some resentments coming in. These resentments are done by way of comparison. He's really going to town over there. You see him in bed? He's just going to town. Okay, these resentments that are coming up are resentments by way of comparison. And that is a part of your jealousy, envy, low self-worth, or lack of resource availability. Okay, why would it be lack of resource availability? Because there are some things out of your control that you cannot change. And you may see that someone else gets the opportunity that should have been yours. Why couldn't it have been yours? Why can't it be? Because you may be limited in resource availability where someone else is not. But you compare outcomes. You compare what is it that you're doing wrong not to have the same availability or capacity, okay? Resentments of comparison also fuel you to do hard work to get the hard-earned income, the hard-earned change, the growing pains. So comparison isn't a bad thing. It's whenever you are tearing yourself down or working from lack where you feel you can't gain the same as someone else, or why does their luck always happen to be in favor, and why is it always I'm negative? The flat tire, of course, is going to happen to me. The failure, of course, is going to be on me, because there is a belief system tied to that where you see more negative outcomes than the positive wins you actually have. When you start to change those belief systems, you begin to see and open pathways out in front of you that will show up in your reality, that will verify and validate that you are changing programs, that you are changing frequencies to where you're not a victim of your conditioning. You're not a victim of your environment. Okay? Release the resentments of comparison. Release resentments of comparison again. Failure. Failure. Release. Oh my gosh. Holding yourself to a higher standard and expectation. Failing to witness the small beauties. Holding yourself to a higher expectation. Failing to witness the small beauties. Release the need to hold yourself to societal standards and higher expectations. Wallowing in self-pity. Wallowing in self-pity. That's actually coming over the chest. How can this be real? Well, Caitlin, stick around. Stick around, you'll figure it out. But this is through neuroscience, consciousness, intuitive abilities, which we all have, we all use, we all utilize all day, every day, and awareness. So your body is absorbing from the environment and from experiences that you have had throughout your entirety of life and your genes epigenetically. those genes trigger, creating, we are nothing but energy at the end of the day. And we are nothing but the same chemical makeup as everything else. So we are all of everything and we are nothing. So consciousness is all that there is. And we connect in with one another, whether you're aware of it or not. Your body is holding your trauma, which is making ailments, mental conditions, pain, suffering, all with a root in trauma and epigenetic trauma, parasites and toxins. So that is how this is real. This is how we exist with awareness. So all I'm doing is I am tuning in to everything that everyone is holding right here in this moment that we can release to have a better day, to feel better in our body, to release the anxiety, the worry, the self-pity, the victim mentality. When we create and become aware of what we're holding, we are able to then reprogram our unconscious mind. You must become aware of the fact that you're running on programs, which you are. Your subconscious mind is determining everything ahead of you. And the more that you participate in becoming aware of that, the more that you get to take control of your experience here, heal the body, heal the mind, and create the life that you desire. Yeah, give it a chance. Give it a chance. Just show up. And I would suggest that you find other energy workers as well. Take in a little bit of everybody, not just one taste of any one modality. Somatic healing is amazing. I work with reprogramming the mind to release the tension, the pain, the suffering in the body. I work with trauma and your genes. And there's a lot of practitioners that you'll find in this space that do a lot of different modalities to also release those from the body. Okay, let's get started again. Aw, well, thank you, Derek. Yeah, not my first rodeo. There's tons of different people that will come in here, and I can't give you definitive answers, but what I can tell you I know to be true is that the body holds your trauma, your mind is running the show, and consciousness will free you. Your higher awareness, higher consciousness, you will free you. So, Southern Belle, what I want you to do is I want you to include your mind in these releases, okay? Your mind is feeding you stories that you're not good enough, that you don't have the ability to get out of a situation, that you're unworthy, that you're hated, that you're no good. I want you to tell your mind, hey, we're gonna focus here. And when I say release regrets for missing moments you can't get back, okay, for being stuck in the past, you're going to give your mind a job. And you're going to say, hey, mind, I don't believe that I'm unworthy. And I don't believe that I can't heal. I'm going to feed you a response. And I want you to release that energy from my body. I want you to release that program because I believe that I am worthy. I believe that I can change. When we bring awareness to the fact that we're holding it, gives us the ability to change it. But if you don't know that your abandonment at age 6 is keeping you from connecting in love and friendships to your child, then you don't know why the relationship isn't as good as it could be. But the moment that you figure out that your abandonment is why you run, or your abandonment is why you keep begging for answers and stay in hostile situations because you have a fear of being abandoned, then you get to take that back. I only follow you. I like you. Aw, thank you, Serbia. I appreciate you. You get to take that power back because your body will start responding to the way that you choose to be. Your mind will start allowing you to connect the way you want to be. But you have to know what experiences created where you're at and what you're going through right now. Your mind and your body are holding every story you've ever told, every experience you've ever had. Okay? So when I give you releases, I want you to give that job to your mind, to release that information and to give you your empowerment back. Okay? Thank you for the gift shares, likes, and love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see. I want to use my cards. Conflict. Okay. Release inner conflict. Oh, we've got some peacekeepers in here. People pleasers and peacekeepers. You will go to no job is too big just to keep the peace. It doesn't matter that you get held down. It doesn't matter that you bog yourself down. It doesn't matter that you're not happy. Just as long as you keep the peace and please everyone else over self. Release people pleasing and a need to keep the peace. I am so hard on myself because I believe if I don't cry, have blood, sweat, and tears invested, I can't be what I want to be. Release the need to be over hard on yourself, beat yourself up. Release the belief that you have to suffer to get what you desire. Oh my gosh. Failure. Coming into failure again. I'm afraid to fail the people that rely on me. I'm afraid to fail the people that rely on me. Release the fear of failing those who rely on you. Oh my gosh. I gotta get my bracelets to break some of this energy up. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. Resentment. Resentment is actually sitting on the collarbone right now. 17 of you are holding resentment on the collarbone, left side. It's going to be mirrored for me. It's your left side. So what I want you to do is I want you to bring your awareness, bring your focus to your collarbone. There you go. Yep. And then I want you to ask to release the resentment, forgiving years to a lost cause. Release resentment, forgiving years to what you ended up losing in the end. Ooh. belligerence. Belligerence with drinking is coming up. So abuse, addiction. Those of you who have struggled in abusive relationships, partnerships, parents, where abuse and alcohol was involved, this is for you. This is actually held in your stomach and in your mid-lower back. I want you to bring your awareness to the mid-lower back first. Bring your focus, put all your focus on your mid-lower back. Some of you feel squeamish. Release the abuse endured through alcohol and drugs. Oh gosh. Oh, my head's itching like crazy. Thank you for the gifts. Feeling like you have to give up. You can't take it anymore. Helplessness. Feelings of being stuck in the same situation with no outlet. This is teen years. Feeling hopeless and stuck with no outlet. Feeling hopeless and stuck. This is in your heart and in your gut. Focus on your heart. Bring your awareness right to your chest. Release hopelessness and the feelings of being stuck with no way out. You witnessed your mother's being stuck as well. Release the witnessing and the belief that that's how life is supposed to be. Release the witnessed belief of your mother's abuses. Lack of freedom. Oh my God. Physiological response is very normal. So if you find yourself getting tired, tingles, chills, hot flashes, cold flashes, burps, yawns, tickles, pressure somewhere in the body, that is where you were holding this emotional frequency. These emotions are sitting somewhere within you, and you're being alerted to the release of it and where it is. Pay attention. Listen to your body. Cycle Shannon. Thank you. Thank you for all the gift shares, likes, and love. As always, it's very much appreciated in this space. Okay. The feelings of having to be resilient. Making it out alive. Release the feelings of having to be resilient to make it out surviving. Release the feelings of being forced into resilience. There you go. Did you? Okay, y'all are wanting to hold on to that resilience. Why are they holding on to resilience? Because I have no other way to be. If I'm not resilient and I'm not hypervigilant, I don't know how else to be. When the chaos is the calm. Release stranger danger, the dangers of being in peace, uncertainty. There go. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that one had my eyes watering and my nose watering. Whew. There's fears of celibacy. Fears of celibacy? No, infertility and celibacy. Give me a minute. I'm going to listen to this. You're very welcome, Derek. Determining if I am fertile, if I can continue on creating. Okay, so this is for the men in here. Men? Yep. Okay, this is strictly for the men, but infertility is both men and women. But there are quite a few men in here that are very concerned about continuing on with children, conceiving children, fertility issues, prostate, okay? So what I want all of you to do is I want you to ask your body, tell your mind to tell your body, please show you where you're holding it. Oh, some of you have had injuries. Some of you had injuries that are affecting it. Okay, whenever you ask your body where you're holding it, I want you to ask to release the fears that you will not be able to create the life you desire with family and children. Oh my gosh. Chemical dependency is coming up with this. Some fears that we changed our ability to have children due to chemicals. Release chemical dependency. Fears of taking away hopes and dreams. Surgery. Intestinal tract. Ovaries. Okay. We're going to release surgeries, pain and inflammation, colon, ovaries, hip. So our hips are indicative of the relationships we carry and hold, okay? Our hips hold toxic relationships, hold relationships where there is no reciprocity. When I speak of reciprocity, I mean giving as much as I'm taking, loving as much as I receive love, having the affection as much as I give affection, reciprocity. So having compassion and love, given as much as received, okay? And that carries toxic relationships. So when we find that one hip is higher than the other, we're holding the weight of a relationship. Oh, well, good. I'm glad, tomato with salt. We are holding, whether we're pulling that relationship forward with us, whether we took on the responsibility of a relationship, or whether we're too afraid to let go of a toxic situation that is hurting us. Our hips will show it. So I want you to see which hip leans a little. Your left side is usually where you're taking on too much emotionally, and it normally will be with a female. Your right side will be with males, and it's physical burden, physical abuse, physical requirements. Okay? So a lot of times the relationship, or it will be a more alpha female on the right hip. and a more feminine, nurturing male on the left hip. That leans more into feminine nurturement, where a female may lean more into being that take charge alpha persona or energy more, you know. So that will also show on the hips. So take note of who you're holding and why. You need to let go of the slack. You need to cut your ties. Stop overcompensating. We overcompensate for one side always. Release the need to overcompensate in relationships. Oh my gosh. Overcompensating is a requirement, is what the belief is. Release the belief that you have to. I know. You hear that, Sam? He's going to town. You need to text me. Release the belief that it is required of you to overcompensate for the failures in those relationships. Self-hate. There's resentment held in the hip that is turned into self-hate. You have things turned around on you a lot, like it's a you problem, when it's not. And you know that it's not, but you allow it. He's going to town. You allow shit to get twisted, and you allow... Ooh. I did that a few weeks ago. I was like, what the fuck is happening to me? I don't want to do this no more. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do it. I clocked out, dude. I was like, fuck it. Okay. This is inherited. Ooh, inherited shingles. Sam, that's connected to you. I don't know if you've had something going around with viral or bacteria. You have inherited shingles getting triggered. Just your mom's side. Whew. Yeah. You need to release that. You're holding it. It's actually your grandmother. Loss of stability, loss of footing, loss of groundedness. There we go. Whew. One of your kids, Sam, this is gonna try and show up, and one of the kids, tall. You have a boy? Do you have a boy? Yeah, yep, okay. It's gonna try and present in him. So you might want to check in with him, see what's going on. Tell him to, like, lube up. But, shingles, it's with him. Okay. Okay, let's keep moving. Release abuse, emotionally and mentally. The need to pick up the slack because of the emotional and mental abuse. Blaming yourself for the mental abuse you've received. Okay, Sam. So watch, because shingles is trying to pop up on him too. It's tied to your mom's line. Your grandmother. Okay. Whew. That was a good release. Really good release on the mental and physical, the mental and emotional abuse. Manipulation is coming in, making you feel worthless. Release manipulation, feeling forced to own worthlessness. Brings in worst case scenarios. I can't see anything getting any worse. I'm in the worst of it. Release. Hopelessness. Oh my gosh. Addiction. Thank you so much for the likes, shares, gifts, and love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, we're going to release addictions. Underneath addictions is usually a form of abuse. Pebbles, sir. He's upside down and everything. Well, I'm glad he's sleeping so well. It's the energy. I mean, living his best life. Yes. Okay, so underneath addictions is usually a form of abuse. And grief. Bereavements is coming in with this. Higher tolerances of pain is coming in with this as well. So being highly tolerant of behaviors that just changed in form of habit. Release the need to highly tolerate wrongdoing and mistreatment of self. Pebbles. Seriously. Okay, we have fears of not being safe coming in. I fear that if I continue going in the direction I'm going, I'm not safe to be myself. I'm not safe to live. Release the fears that you are not safe to be yourself. You are not safe to share yourself. You are not safe to exist as you are. All right. Somebody who is religious popped in or has religious trauma of jinns. Darlin', you're so sweet. Thank you for sharing. All right, but let's keep that to ourselves, shall we? You're watching. You're not in here. That's funny. Okay, well, you can come in. You can join. I won't bite. I promise. Come on in. Come on in. Fearful of little old me? No. Thank you for the gift, shares, likes, and love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Grew up Baptist. Okay, this is religious. That's okay. You're welcome. Release the fears of wrongdoing through religion. Catholic. So, Gerard, I am tangent. Clairtangent to be exact. So clairtangency is one of the intuitive abilities where it's kind of like, you know, if you rub your feet together and you go and you shock something, you feel that energy in the physical form. The same is true for people who are clairtangent, meaning that energy, consciousness, your thought forms, your beliefs, who you are as a ball of energy shows up, and you are just as physical to me as a person standing next to me. I can feel where you are, and I feel you just as strongly as a physical being right next to me. So that is why I move my hands. Everyone has a path. That's right. And it is okay for people to believe in religion. Everyone, yeah, God plays many roles. Well, God is all of the roles. So it doesn't matter what path you take, so long as you find what you're looking for and you're open to open-mindedness and expansion, and so long as it's not used to judge, hate, or penalize and persecute, it should always be safe and okay, no matter what. Okay, I have ADHD. I totally forgot what I just said right before that. I was saying something, but it's gone. Whoop! Squirreled. Thank you. Have no idea. Oh, Catholicism. Okay, let me tune back into that. Yeah, it'll, you gotta keep me on track in here, man. Okay, we have, the Jinn is tied to Catholic belief. Release the belief that dark can overcome you. There you go. You are the light, you are the dark, you are everything and nothing. So in the end, it is you seeing, experiencing, and having the experience of God, of particles of God existing right here. You're welcome. Whew. Okay. We're going into abandonment and codependency. Thank you for the gift shares, likes, and love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's very much appreciated. Okay, so we're going into abandonment. This is an attachment. I hate the awkward silence. It tells me something's wrong. I feel I have to make up for it, no matter if it's at my own cost. So, fears of being abandoned, fears of people walking out of your life, feels, do you want to feel my energy? Joy, so everyone is in here, so I'm feeling all energy and no energy. So it's a collective right now, but I do individuals at the end if you would like to. Okay. Okay, so the list will open up here shortly, and it's 45 for a clearing, 65 for a healing. All the links are in the bio if you want to get on the list. You'll be first up. Okay, so let's tune back in. Abandonment. Awkward silences. Y'all didn't release that fully. Seeking forgiveness even when it's not your fault. Just to stop the awkward silence. Release the need to seek forgiveness even when it's not your fault. No fault of your own. Just to stop the awkward silence. A healing is a healing, a clearing is a clearing. A clearing is for the here and now. A healing takes us to the root cause. So yes, in essence, you get cleared through the healing, yes. But the clearing is just for what's going on here and now. We don't go to root cause. Oh, self-sabotage. I grew up having to take care of everyone else's, having to take on everyone else's opinions. I never got to learn my own identity. I grew up having to take on the opinions of everyone else. I never got to learn my true identity. Release outside influence. Outside influence. Rejecting myself for societal norms. For acceptance at home. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. I need a fan when I'm getting hot. The fire went out too. Aw, you're welcome, Kellyanne. I gotta go stoke the fire for a minute. I can't let that go out. It's too damn cold here. You bum. You being a bum. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Thank you for the gift, shares, likes, and love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Ooh. Who's had necrosis? We're going into ailments. So he's a mix. He's a red healer pit mix. He is our field dog. He goes and herds the cows for us, and he don't let nobody come around. That part of him that is pit is very loyal and protective, and the part of him that is red healer is great for the field, and he'll herd them cows, keep them babies in check. He's great. He's such a great little puppers, and he was just dropped off across the street. Source said, here is a beautiful animal for you. Take and give him a home. And we did, and my son called him Pebbles. Thank you. I love these jeans. They're Gap. They're the big wide leg by Gap. Love them. I've got 3 different colors in them. Yes. Okay, let's continue. So we've had some necrosis. Okay. This looks like taking care of family and necrosis within yourself. I know. I love my fur baby. So let me Google the exact definition of necrosis so we can release it. Irreversible death of cells, death of living tissue, infection, injury, and lack of blood supply, ischemia, apoptosis. Uncontrolled chaotic process causes cells to swell and rupture. Okay. Release swelling and inflammation of the cell wall. And when you ask that, I want you to tune into your body. So bring your focus to your body. Ask your body to show you where you're holding the death of cells, necrosis, and inflammation. Ooh, ooh, the stomach. Oh. surgery. Uh-oh. What did I do? Release surgeries involving infections. Surgeries involving infections. Surgeries involving infections. Oh my gosh. Release the fear of death of a loved one. The fear of death of a loved one. Oh. Whew. Here we go. Good. Good, good, good. The fear of loss of a loving animal. The fear of loss of a loving animal. Release the fear of losing your beloved animals. Regrets. Good. Whew. I gotta get a water. I want a Gatorade, but I'm not gonna drink it because my son's gonna be mad at me if I drink his last Gatorade. Hello, Sherry. Oh, we're going into betrayal. I have water on me. Going into betrayal. Going into betrayal. Myself. Hi, Lib. It has been a long time. I lost myself. I don't know who I am. I've been hurt and betrayed for so long. I don't know who the character I became. Release hurt and betrayal. Losing yourself along the way. Oh. All because I didn't want to be abandoned. It comes back to your abandonment wound. You were willing to put up with shit and eat shit, knowing how harmful and hurtful it is, because you fear being alone. Oh God, that makes me want to cry. You fear being alone. You're willing to put yourself under the boot of another just so they don't leave. Release. Ooh, someone has night terrors. Grief. I have a puzzle. Release grief, sadness, yeah, I cried too. Those emotions hit hard. They do. Allow yourself to feel that because you've been holding it. So allow that to run through to release it. Allow yourself to let go. Bereavement. Release bereavement. Guilt. Oh, we have some that have committed betrayals and loss of loyalty and are holding guilt for what you did because it's been held against you. You're unable to grow through it. You find that it stops you. They can't get over it. Release. They can't move forward. Being left high and dry. Release the fear of being left high and dry. Them taking everything and weaponizing it against you. Them holding all the cards through control. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Woo! There we go. Release helplessness, feeling as though everyone turned on you. Helpless and alone. Release the feelings of helplessness. People turning on you. There you go. That's being used against you emotionally. So you have a partner or a parent that used to tell you that you weren't shit, you couldn't be shit, you ain't gonna be shit, you can't leave. Release. Who would want you? Oh God, that makes me want to cry. Release the feelings of being unwanted. Oh. Release the feelings of being unlovable. No one could possibly love you. Release. Oh. There we go. Release the lack of trust you have in people. Release the lack of trust you have in people. Hello, Brianna. Oh my goodness. There we go. Woo! All right. So how are we feeling? Now that you have been in the space, given your mind a job, and allowed yourself to release the things that you were carrying today, how do you feel from when you got in here to now? I like to have you see how much you can change your mental state and how your body feels when you were in this space. Okay, I'm going to move into individuals. If you were interested in an individual, it's 45 for a clearing, 65 for a healing. and all of my clickables are in there. Much better, calmer, good, lighter. I love for people to share how they feel, how they respond, because this is just proof for you that you can heal, you can change, you can reprogram emotions that have held you captive. You can let go and move forward. You can change. You are deserving. Yes, a lot of people get sleepy. Yeah. Good, Tommy. I'm going to open gift scans as well. Gift scans are 35, clearings are 45, and healings are 65. Everyone has these abilities. Everyone can do this. I am not special. Everyone has the ability and capacity to use their intuitive abilities, to tune in, utilize it for their job, and heal their body. Dead Sea Scrolls, Carson, you can start there. You can also read the Bhagavad Gita. I would highly suggest that you read both of those. You can get, if you're going to go with the Bible, get the one that includes all of the lost books and the Apocrypha. Okay? Yeah, you can just Google it. You can go to Amazon. I think even Audible has it where you can get them for free. So look up the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Bhagavad Gita. The Septuagint is the Greek version, but you want to go more towards the native tongue and all of the books whenever you start from Christianity or the Bible. You want to include a wider open-mindedness for the books that weren't included. You can even do the Essene Gospels, but you want to start opening from that point of view, because if all that you've had is the King James Version, then you've got a lot to catch up on. So a good place to start would be, I don't know if you have heard of Dan McClellan. Dan McClellan is a scholar on the Bible, and he is a theologian on here, Instagram, Facebook, but he has a lot of great classes. If you're looking for ways to infer the same information where, you know, the Bible is similar to all the other teachings, then you want to go this route, because the Bhagavad Gita, you know, steers in a similar direction. Dead Sea Scrolls steers in a similar direction in earlier historic writings and work. Okay, so the Dan McClellan is great with some classes on the Canaanites, on God's wife, on Yahweh, on the Israelites, just a lot of great data there for you if you want to start. I think that's great. Okay, Eva, I have you, and you're doing a gift scan. If you're looking for like quantum, or if you're looking for reprogramming, I can give you some books on that as well. Like The Body Keeps the Score. Thank you so much for the gift, shares, likes, and love. The Body Keeps the Score is, The Body Holds the Score is a really good book to read. Making Your Brain Your Best Friend is a neuroscientist wrote it. It was released last year. That's a really good book. No Nonsense Spirituality. She created a book. It's really good. So it really just depends on your starting point. But those are some really good resources on neuroscience, how it's backed by the mind, how we create new neurotransmitters, how our mind and our body hold our experiences and the trauma that trigger the genes that relay the information. Okay, so Eva, I have you. Did anyone else send? Please let me know. I'm going to start with Eva and her gift scan here in just a minute. Hello, hello. Which one, Deb? Which one? Are you looking for, like, the body keeps score or holds the score and making your brain your best friend through the neuroscience lens, or through biblical teachings then to open up to spiritual teachings? The mind, the body keeps the score, and how to make your brain your best friend. Yeah. I know, Carson. I've actually thought about that, making a link so that everyone can benefit from it, so that it's all in one place. I know. I think I'll try that tonight. I am not tech savvy, but I should. I have a link tree, so I'm sure I could do an Amazon. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to disconnect from everyone. Eva, let me know where you are, my love. Let me know where you are disconnecting. Hi, Eva. Oh, you have a nose. That's not a dig. That's a good thing. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. Oh, are you done snoring, sir? Okay. Okay. Can't study authenticity. No, you can't study authenticity, Kira. You can embody it, though. And you have to learn to embody authenticity through inner child healing, through shadow work, which shadow should not scare you. Shadow is the inner child. It's our light, our dark. So no, you can't study authenticity, but you can embody it. But you won't embody it until you allow yourself to have open-mindedness and allow yourself to dig for truth. Truth within self, truth within your identity, and breaking down all of those pillars of beliefs that were built on everything. Okay, all right, Eva. Okay, so no dig. You can smell some bullshit a mile away. First and foremost, that is clairgustance, I believe. It's the gustance, not the alience. The alience is the tongue. But you have that as well. So your clairgustance and your clairalience are heavily tied together, okay? So you smell, you catch whiffs of scents really fast. I want you to pay attention to that, though, because that is frequency. That is energy. It's not just food being cooked in a pot. It's not just something that stinks in the trash. You can smell sickness on people. You can smell lies on people. You can smell bullshit on people. And you do. Same is true for your taste buds. When you start tracking what you are smelling and what you're tasting, you're going to find that you can connect it to the same emotions or the same trauma around people that steer you away from being around certain people, away from tragedy, away from relationships that are no good for you. You can smell it. So I want you to start taking notice of that. Okay, are you nearsighted or farsighted? I see it having to be very close for you to want to... Ooh! I'm going to clear your third eye, okay? You've got some sight issues, okay? So what's in front of your sight issues is trauma, okay? This is your mom's dad. Your mother's dad's trauma carried down through your mother to you. That's in front of your eye, your third eye. and your actual physical eyes, okay? This actually affects one of your ears as well. So ear, nose, throat is connected with this, okay? So just be aware you have some inner work that you can do to release some farsightedness, to strengthen your eyes. And that will also strengthen your third eye, your perception of the world without the material world in front of it, okay? So you have your clairgustance and your clairalience coming in real strong up front, okay? And then I was brought to some congestion, which is epigenetic trauma for you, mom's dad's trauma, as a matter of fact. He was a yeller. He was abusive. He screamed a lot. And this was carried down through your mother, through preconception, okay? Let's see what's behind. Let's see where your third clear lies. Oh, your higher heart is your next. So you are a big feeler. So empathy comes in after that. And the way that I'm reading them to you is in strength. We have them all, but the strength in which you exist in them right now, that is how I'm reading them to you. So empathy is your next one. You're a big feeler for other people. You need to make sure that you don't absorb so much. Take on other people's trauma and emotions. Take on the weight of what you feel from people, because you do. Okay, so that's your third one. And it's actually got your chest a little tight. We're sitting here talking about it and your chest is getting tight. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell your mind, to tell your body to release everyone's energy of emotions you've connected in with. There you go. There you go. Much better. Much better. More clear. Okay, let's go. Let's see what your next one is. Healer. It's your hands. Well, good, Cooper. I'm glad. I love having you. Okay, so after that is healing hands, okay? And it doesn't require that you touch other people, but what it does mean is that you have an energy, you have a way about you that can be very healing. You have the ability to help others heal, okay? So that in alignment with your empathy is very healing for people. But you leave drained. You leave feeling like, whoa, I don't know, what I just came in contact with, but that took a lot out of me, okay? It's because you're doing both, okay? You need to start training yourself. Hello, fantasy. Start training the mind. It's going to take it's going to take you 3 weeks and 6 days to be exact. If you start today, you have to tell your mind, to tell your body every day, I release any and all emotions, trauma, energy I picked up that is not mine. I release all absorbed energy that is not mine. Do this for 3 weeks constantly, and you will start to feel a difference. You have to release from the people that you come in contact with. That's at work, at home, it doesn't matter who it is. Release the energy back, okay?